Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your girl, Pretty Sexy Driver Brand, aka Stone Assassin, and of course, we are back for another review of Basketball Wives Season 11, Episode 24. You can't even spell wife. And baby, you know things is finna heat up this week because the last week the ladies had all went on the trip to Mexico to celebrate Jennifer and Miss Jacia's bachelorette party. And baby, you know we got our surprise guest and returning basketball wife Laura Govan, as well as we got to see some other things unfold, like Jackie making up with the ladies, making up with Brandy, and just having conversations. And y'all, this week episode really turned up. Can you hear me when I say the ladies are bringing it? And baby, this is now in the second quarter of the season for the girls. And baby, let's just say it's about to get real. Also, y'all, can y'all like, comment, subscribe? And if you are watching Basketball Wives, comment below what you've been thinking so far of season 11. Baby, as we are getting into our very first scene of this episode. So we open up with the scenes and we are at the aftermath of the bachelorette party, and baby, the ladies are waking up and having breakfast. First we see Miss Brandy, Miss Evelyn, Miss Brooke, and Miss Jennifer, and baby, they are just talking about how much fun the bachelorette party was. They're having breakfast, and the breakfast honestly looks really, really good. And Miss Evelyn says that baby, that that alcohol sleep, it hit different, and which it do, cause if like I've drunken wine, and when I wake up after I've been having me a glass of wine the night before, like a couple glasses, I be like, ooh, I feel it, I feel good, I slept good, but I'm up. And then the ladies ask Jennifer how did she enjoy herself, and she says she lets the ladies know that she did enjoy herself, and that baby, she said she don't want to see no more alcohol because she had got toe up at that bachelorette party. And when I say toe up, I mean like in a good way. She had fun. She was you know, naming her purse, telling y'all what her purse was giving, how it was serving or whatever. And so, y'all, then we jump into our next scene, and it is Miss Evelyn calling Shani O'Neal over on the phone. And Miss Shani has just released her book, Undefeated, Changing the Rules and Winning on Your Own Terms, which is currently out. So you guys can check it out to like read it. And, you know, Miss Evelyn was just calling Shani to, you know, let her know that she was proud of her, and that she sees that it's going viral, and that you know, people are talking about it, and she's gonna send the ladies a few copies, like Evelyn and some of the other ladies. And so Evelyn said to them, no, Miss Shani, as long as she has, and to be this personal and to hear things or read things for the first time that she's never even heard come out of her own friend's mouth, is very interesting, but she is very supportive of it. And baby, you know, the teas is being spilled, the girls is kicking, and you can tell why Miss Shani and Evelyn are friends, because they just get one another. They kind of seem to have the same stance about things. And when I say same stance, I mean like as far as like how friendship is and what it means to be friends with someone and the loyalty. So y'all, we get into our next scene, and Miss Brandy has some events plans for the ladies. So it is Brandy, Miss Jacia, and Dr. Cheyenne in one car, and then it is Jackie, Laura, and Evelyn in one car. And baby, they are just headed, y'all, to have some fun, and just relax and unwind some more. And like I said, Miss Brandy has planned both of today's events. So one group of ladies are going to do ATV riding, and the other group of ladies are going to like hand glide. and it honestly looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. And if you know anything about Miss Brandy, baby, she is all about athletics and sports. So I feel like this right here is a very easy way to get the ladies to like break up, have discussions, and also work together as a team. And the way Miss Brandy broke this up is really, really evident. To you can tell that she's trying to get everyone to talk, have conversations, and y'all, Brandy, Brooke, and Jackie and Laura are set off, and so like I said, they're gonna go ride off in the ATVs, and then Miss Jacelle, Miss Dr. Brian, Evelyn, and oh my gosh, I had a brain fart. And Miss Jennifer are going to go do the hand gliding. And it looks, like I said, really, really fun. And they're getting like suited up and ripped up. And Jackie said, or somebody says, y'all, we need some music. We need to turn up. And somebody said, can you play something good? And so y'all, they turned on Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, and the girls is throwing up. And you hear Jackie say, baby, y'all can't take us nowhere. We always cutting up. We always turning it into something, making it something. And I honestly, like not for the first time, but honestly, this has been like a really good trip so far. Like I said, besides the dinner that we had in the last week's episode, this week's open episode has really been going off really good. And like I said, you can just see the teamwork and the team building and how the ladies are just standing together and working together. And so we get to Miss Cheyenne, Dr. Cheyenne, going across on the hang glide swinging, and they have Miss Evelyn standing up behind her, and she's gonna be the next to go. And you can tell things are just fun. It's finna get wild. It's finna be crazy. It's finna be all in, all balls off the walls. And that is what I love about this season of Basketball Wives. We getting in the paint, we getting in the mud, and don't nobody give a about it. Hear me when I say it. So you guys, we are moving into our next scene, and the ladies are on their way to dinner, and it is all of the ladies. And I'm gonna tell you something, everyone looks good, beautiful, their dresses, their hair, everything's just top tier. And the ladies are actually having dinner in a pool, and I think that's so unique and so different. And as they all sit down at the table, you know, Miss Brandy lets the ladies know that she has something for the ladies at the table, and they all have like little black boxes, and they open them up, and it has like a little orange basketball inside, and then it's a letter to all the ladies asking if they would be a part of a charity event that Miss Brandy is going to be a part of, that her husband is throwing, and which is for Saving Hearts, because as you know, her son had surgery and he had a heart condition, and the fact that this event is giving back and helping to save a lot of young children, or just those that may have heart conditions, that is important, brave, and it just goes to show the kind of heart that Miss Brandy Maxfield has with these ladies in this group. And it's a very emotional moment, so it's like you have to not cry. You have to just be like, she's strong for this and in this moment. And so y'all, as we move on at the table, the ladies get to talking, and Miss Evelyn says she wants to, you know, apologize to Miss Brandy and let her know that what she said about her husband, she shouldn't have brought it up, and it was not in use to be a dig or to hurt her feelings or to put her in a bad space. And she said, you know, she just wants things to be cool with her and Brandy, that they are kind of like hot and cold. You know, things are hot and cold between her and Brandy. And she just wants to apologize. And Brandy said that she needs some time, and, you know, but right now they're good. And then Miss Johnson said, oh, they was gonna make her cry, which kind of lightened up the moment and made it laugh. And I love that. And then, baby, Brooke says to everyone at the table, I'm surprised no one asked about me and Jackie's conversation after we had it up out there on top after we wrote the ATVs. And baby, Miss Johnson said she was scared to ask because guess what? They was laughing and hugging and talking. And then the next thing you know, things just go up in flames for a moment. And Brooke says, Jackie, see, what we not finna do is that. And Jackie said, you know what? We're in a good space. We're in a good place. And she gets up and she goes and puts her arm around Brooke's head. And Brooke is looking like, girl, what is going on? And Jackie's like, girl, we talked, we made up. And Jackie then kisses Brooke in the mouth. And Chauncey said, oh, everybody at the table is gagging. And it's like, oh my God, you like that. And so the next thing that comes up at the table is Evelyn brings up about, had anybody gotten Shawnee's new book? Had anybody read it yet? And Jennifer was like, she got it. Brooke said she ordered hers. And Jackie actually mentioned in the book, so she asked what was said, and everything was really good. And then we get to hear a audio from Miss Shawnee's audio book about something that happened while she was married with her ex-husband, and it is about her finding out about there being infidelity. And the audio is played, and she is talking about a friend. Now, she does not mention the person's name in the audio book, but she says a close friend of hers, betrayed her and was sleeping with him and talking to him. And then the next thing you know, it gets really awkward at the table. It gets really silent at the table. It gets very uneasy at the table. And this is what happens as then the ladies begin to discuss about everything that went on in the book and what happened. The questions are then being asked. Does anybody know who it is? Does anybody know who she's talking about? And Laura Gomez, big Virgo energy, was like, she's talking about me. She could be talking about me. And she then lays it out on the table that, she doesn't know. She says she'll talk to her when she gets a chance, but she's not going to discuss that right now because there's not a discussion between her and those ladies. This was like the conversation between her and Miss Shawnee. And baby, now it's everybody's kind of at the table and they're all kind of looking at Laura a little crazy. But I can tell y'all this, Jackie gonna ride for Laura. I don't care what nobody say. I feel like this was gonna happen. I cannot be guaranteed of that, but I just feel like that because, they've known each other and everybody at that table has history. Everybody at that table has crossed paths with someone. And when I say cross paths, I mean friendship wise, interconnection wise, in that circle. So I just feel like she's handling the situation as it should be handled. And she's letting them be known. It's not a discussion for them. It's a discussion for her and Miss Shawnee to talk about. And when they will, they will. And Miss Brooks says she doesn't even know what to do because she's friends with Laura. She's friends with Shawnee, and since not everybody in the group, it's a lot of people are just now questioning how's the group dynamic fin to be now that this information has been released and stated at this table. And honestly, I'm wondering the same thing. So y'all, as we move into our next scene, it is Miss Laura, Brooke, Brandy, and Jackie, and they are through riding ATVs, and they pull up to the bar. and baby, and it is lovely, and they are just having conversation. And Miss Brandy tells Laura that she's glad that she's there, and that they had fun, and that it was a good time. And then we get into like a real serious moment, which is between Miss Jackie and Miss Brooke, and it's time they're finna have the conversation, and Laura is actually being the mediator between the ladies, saying that they need to step aside, they need to have a conversation, and they need to just talk. And what I appreciate is that Miss Brooks says that it seems like that's what everybody's been trying to get her to do, and she's not fin to not have the conversation, not talk, because she's like, she's tired of the back and forth and the stress. So she's just like, and not even that she's stressed, she's just tired of like the situation between all them being just always seeming like stress. So Miss Brooke and Miss Jackie walk off, and they go to have a moment to themselves, and the scenery is beautiful. It's just greenery, trees, much land, and they sit down and they have a talk. And of course Jackie goes, and of course she apologizes and lets Brooke know that whatever was said, she didn't mean it. She didn't mean to bring about her daughter and her passing and her universe and her world. And Miss Brooke is there sitting up there listening to Jackie, but she said, let's be clear, Jackie, it's not something that I made up in my head. These are things that you said. And Jackie is still letting everybody know, she confided in somebody, she trusted in somebody, and now it's like, it's seeming as though like she's just not trying to take responsibility of anything. And Miss Brooke said, I can't let you do that because I'm gonna make it up, and that, and these are the things that were said. But Jackie pretty much just says she wants to leave things alone, bury the hatchet, that Brooke is her heart, and that she loves Brooke and she cares about Brooke. And y'all, they are just sitting up there and they're talking, and you can tell Brooke is listening. She's open to receiving what she is hearing. And honestly, that is the most important thing, because if you've been watching Basketball Wives since the beginning of season 11, you kind of know this is a very big turning point for Jackie and Brooke in this whole situation. And I think it just goes to show that sometimes, like I was saying before, the conversations need to be had separately. The ladies need to be able to build their own personal opinion and develop their relationship. But it's much love, and you can tell things are ending on a high note between Miss Brooke and Miss Jackie. And Jackie's like, girl, come on now, give me a hug. And Brooke runs over on top of this glass, and Jackie's like, I'm not coming on no glass, because the glass is it's on top of a building, and it's funny and fun all at the same time. And this is what I like to see. You like to see the love, the laughter, and fun. And Jackie walked over on the glass and gave Brooke a hug, and then she ran off. She was like, now girl, let me get from up here. Girl, that's high, that's dangerous. And Brooke is laughing. But I like the way that this ended in this scene, and how this scene shows you how things can come together for the good. So it's the next day, and we are now into the next scene, and all of the ladies are broken up into different vehicles. So Miss Jackie and Brooke are in one. Jennifer, Evelyn, and Brandy are in one. And then we have Miss Jackie, Cheyenne, and Miss Laura in one. And all the ladies, are just having different conversations. Jennifer is a yacht snob, so she says she wants to be on a yacht that, has top notch, and I don't blame her. If I'm paying for luxury, we're supposed to be receiving luxury. Give me a luxury, baby. And then we get into Jackie Christie. Miss Cheyenne, and Laura being in their car, and Jackie asking Laura how she is doing, how she's feeling, And in the interview, Laura says she doesn't feel any type of way about Evelyn bringing up about Miss Shawnee's book. She said, but before you try to clean someone else's house, maybe you should clean your own. And I've actually heard that saying for a very long time, and I really feel like it is a true statement. Like, let's not bring up anything that has to do with anybody else if we are not doing what's brought up about, in your livelihood, in which I understood where she was coming from. And I think there's a very respectful way of just, like she said, it's nobody's business. She don't feel no type of way. And then Jackie asks Miss Laura if she ever heard the rumor that was brought up a few seasons back about Miss Evelyn ever sleeping with her friend Miss Shawnee's husband. And it was a lot of tension, it was a lot of drama, it was a lot of hoopla. If you watch this season, it was up this season. I'm just telling you, it was up, okay? And Miss Laura did not confirm or deny. She just said that she's heard he's been with a lot of people, and that rumor has been brought to her as well, that that happened and that occurred, but she said she cannot confirm or deny if that is what really took place. And it's interesting how things are falling into this second half of the season for me, like just looking at it as a viewer and spectating. It's very interesting. But we then get into a scene of all of the ladies walking towards the yacht together, and once again, beautiful, good bodies. We got nice suits, we got nice fits. I'm just saying, the girls know how to give it up, and there's one thing you got to give it to them: the fashion is always, and I love that. So we get on the yacht. Everybody is getting their drinks, eating, and taking their places, looking around, doing the things, those are the things. And we get a scene of Miss Brandy and Miss Jennifer, and they are sitting there and they're having a talk, and they are talking about how Miss Brandy is doing after, about her husband being brought up, and how she dealing with the whole situation, how she feeling emotionally. And Miss Brandy, y'all, you can tell she is at a point where decisions have to be made. It is a process in making those decisions, because there are a lot of things that come into play, and you can just tell that she is a woman who is ready for a different change. And I think her conversation that she's having with Miss Jennifer is letting us see her in a very vulnerable state, in a very open state, and in a very emotional state. And you can't take away from that. You really, really cannot, because it plays a huge part into where she may be mentally, how she may feel physically. There's so much with those remarks and attacks made about her husband or statements. You can tell it affects her in a different way. And if you know people, if you know someone, you can just tell, like, it's hitting them different. So y'all, we get the scene of Jennifer, Evelyn, and Laura, and Jennifer shares with them about Christian's restitution, and about he has to get permission for the judge for them to get married in Paris. And Miss Evelyn asks Jennifer what is she gonna do, and she's just asking them, do they think that she should go and try to get like an early granted permission for him to travel, for them to get married in Paris. And baby, of course the ladies like immediately were like, yes, because I was like, girl, if you say this is who you love, this is who you want to be with, girl, you gonna risk it all. I say risk it all, sis. So then we get into the scene of the ladies. All are just sitting around on the yacht. There, Miss Brandy's fixing a plate, and Jackie asks about the book and brings it up to Miss Evelyn. And, you know, they just shared it. You know, like I said, Miss Shani gave her flowers, and she's like, she's gonna get it, or she's getting it. And then Miss Brandy sits down, and Jackie opens up the conversation to Miss Evelyn about, you know, what I said earlier, the rumor of her supposedly never happening, her messing around with Miss Shawnee's ex. And the only reason why I said all of that, what I just said, is because guess what? Like I said, go back. We got our answers to this, but I think that there's a box, and that box is gonna be open in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jackie opens up the floor and she says, so, you know, Evelyn, you asked Laura about the book, but, you know, Laura heard the same rumors that we heard a few years back about you messing with Shawnee's ex. And when I say you could break the tension with a penny, because that's how strong it was. You know, penny's made out of metal, so you're gonna be pressing on that tension for a long time, but you can feel it because it's so strong within the forces. And baby, it changes the mood. It switches things into a very defensive gear. Everyone is looking around, and Evelyn is like, Jackie, what is you doing? Why is you bringing it up? Why is you saying anything about that? You know it's not true. You know it ain't. Baby, the buttons had got push. Do you hear me? And Laura was like, wait. I did not tell you that for you to bring that up, for you to go and do all of this, Jackie. But she did not say, she did not hear it. Now I'm just telling y'all what I'm seeing from my point of view. And then Miss Jennifer steps in and she's like, wait, why is we even bringing it up? Because they also included her and had something to do with her when that whole situation popped off. And everybody is just looking at Miss Jackie real side-eye, real crazy, because they trying to figure out what's the real beef, what's the real tea, what's really going on. Shaking the table. Was shaking the table. So you guys, like I say, they have these conversations, they're talking about it, and Evelyn says, so what's the point of breaking it up, Jackie? And she says this is why she does not mess with Jackie, because it's like, as soon as she get cool with Jackie, Jackie always tries to stir some things up, make some things pop off. And like I said, Miss Jennifer steps in and she says that they got to the root of that, and there's no reason to be bringing it up or having this conversation. And like I said, Laura is like looking at Jackie because she's like, Jackie, why would you bring this up? It's like you're trying to be messy, because she was like, if she did, if she didn't, that ain't her business. You know, that's hers, and she ain't got nothing to do with that. And things just are very, very tense, y'all. You can just tell how that can of worms or that conversation being brought back up has just kind of changed the mood of the trip and has set the tone for probably what we are finna get ready to talk about in this next scene. And baby, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. They pulled me. So, y'all, we are now getting prepared for the last scene, and the ladies are getting ready for a dinner. And they are all dressed, and like I say, it's always giving fashion, it's always giving wealth, it's always giving rich, baby. And things, you like I said, are gonna be tense out there. Jackie brought up what she brought up, and baby, let's just say everyone, but especially Evelyn, has strong opinions about what Jackie did and said, and she's trying to figure out why Miss Jackie did that. She's like, was she trying to be funny? Was she trying to be messy? Or she probably was trying to do it as get back because she said that she was a prostitute, and you know, it's just her trying to be, you know, antagonizing from Miss Evelyn's point of view. And she's talking to Brooke about it, and she's like, she sleeps good at night because she knows she never did her friend like that. And she said bump both of them hoes. So let's just be very clear, she is talking about Miss Laura and Jackie, because that's who Jackie says also told her that she had heard that same rumor. And things are just getting very messy. And then we sit down at the table, and baby, not even 5 to 10 minutes into it, things are already getting heated. First, we have an exchange between Jackie and Evelyn, and then it shifts from between Jackie and Evelyn to Laura and Evelyn, and then Brandy is discussing in her interview like how it feels and what's being said, and she's just like, what? And then also it's like Evelyn's like, what was the rumor brought up about? Why did you bring it up? Why was it even said? And things are just getting so heated. And Miss Jacelle is, baby, like on stand, baby. She's like, I gotta be ready to go, because it looks like things may or may not end well. And then Brandy and Miss Laura start to bump heads and get into it, and it's getting very, very heated. Y'all, this scene, this last scene, is very intense. Like, you can feel the energy through the screen of how things in Mexico were heading very south. And when I say south, I mean south. And the girls still ain't finished yet. The girls are still not finished. They still ain't finished yet. Y'all, it has gone left. Okay? Laura said, you licking ass, kissing ass, talking about everybody else's business, bringing everybody else's business up. Girl. And it's like, then it went from there to her to like Brandy just sitting at the table, and it's just straight silence. And then you just like, they were just playing everything everybody said, and it was going crazy. And Jackie gets involved because Brandy says, well, your friend brought it up. Your friend the one brought up this conversation, this discussion, and all that. And then the next thing you know, Jackie says, it's done, it's over, it's finished. Cut the conversation. And next thing you know, Brandy said, girl, things just get heated. girl, they start saying, where your man at, where your man at, where your man at, where your man at. And girl, Jackie said, girl, your man got a baby with somebody else. Why Jackie go there? Jackie done shook the whole sand table equator mixed. And Jackie gets up, Cheyenne jumps up, Brooke jumps up for Brandy. Baby, then the whole table jumps up. Then, baby, Brandy has an explosion. And she is going off. When I say it's cutthroat, it's cutthroat. Jackie calls Brandy a hoe. And, you know, Miss Jocelyn says, we have paperwork that proves that you were. We don't have any paperwork that says Brandy is a whore. And baby, it's just like, how did we get here? How did we get to this point? And like, Brandy is going crazy at the restaurant. Like, she then knocked off the table. She cussing, baby. She's told them people to mic her. She trying to get to Jackie. Jackie throwing finger signs. Y'all, it is getting crazy out here in these basketball wives of LA streets, okay, and basketball wives. Jesus, I never thought it would happen so fast. But y'all, this has been your review from your girl, Pretty 60 Yard of Brand, aka Stunning Season of Basketball Wives, Season 11, Episode 24. Oh, you can't even spell wife. Baby, until next time, until the next review, y'all be safe.